It's just a couple of hours away, and the number one sports administrator in Nigeria, the Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Sunday Dare, has charged the Super Eagles to go all out for victory. That they all matter, even though this is a friendly game, but they should know that they represented Nigeria, so they should go for victory. We have the Super Eagles team list, the one that Gennett Ross says he will be starting against Algeria, and we will be giving that to you shortly. For our boy Victor Moses, well, he's retired from the Super Eagles. He retired after the 2018 World Cup. He's a Chelsea player. Yeah, even till this moment he's a Chelsea player. We hear that he might be going on loan very soon to Spartak Moscow in Russia. Transfer deadline day unfortunately didn't work out for him. He was expected to rejoin Inter Milan on loan. The manager over there, who did so well with him at Chelsea, Antonio Conte, wanted him back, but somehow that deal fell through. So Victor Boss is right now looking for where to go, and we understand that it could be Russia. Russia is one of the few other places that you could still send players to. You can't sign players from there, but you could sell players to, or send them on loan. Tennis is on. Rafael Nadal taking on Diego Schwartzman. Rafael Nadal has won the first two sets 6-3, 6-3, and look, it will take a miracle for Diego Schwartzman to do anything in this encounter. So Nadal well on course to the final of the French Open. Good evening, welcome to Sports Fiesta. It is live on 92.7 KFM, Benin City. My name is Saliu Ibrahim, but they call me the Sports Ibracadabra because I bring magic to sports presentation and analysis. Sanofi Francis, the Sports Berlusconi, and Egosa Agbekan, the Sports Maestro, are also here. Guys, welcome to the show. Only one place to begin. The Super Eagles of Nigeria getting ready to take on the Desert Foxes of Algeria, and the sports minister, Sunday Dare, has charged them to go for victory. He tweeted recently, just a couple of hours ago, "Cause every game counts." Here's a shout out to the Nigerian national team as they take on Algeria in a friendly. Only a win is good enough.
Yeah, that's the way to to boost the team's morale before ahead of an international friendly or any competitive match. But then I think the sports minister has been supportive of all sports in Nigeria, and the way he's trying to rebrand sports and try to make everyone happy, both the ones that are still active and those that are inactive, those that are having challenges and all that. So yeah, he has tried so much, and I just hope that the Super Eagles will just go ahead, to do the needful, beat Algeria, be friendly or not. It will be on your record that you lost to Algeria in the friendly. So if you still beat them, you still be there. And yesterday we had some friendlies, and some countries took it upon themselves, and some players needed to establish themselves, do very well so that they can hold their position. So the same thing for Super Eagles. We are having new faces, and I'm sure these guys wouldn't want to be part of the Super Eagles today, tomorrow. Then after these friendlies, we won't hear of them again, because we've seen so many players coming to the team, and you think, okay, this guy is good for this position, maybe he's going to own it, but at the end of the day, you see them phase out just like that. Then others will come upon because of their performances. If not for Onuachu's recent performances for Genk, if you look at the opportunities he had before, one would expect him not to get a call up, but here he is, and I hope he just go on to replicate the performances at his club side, with the national team, so that when Osimhen returns, we'll have two top players who can always give us something when it comes to dealing with area balls and all that. We'll have other strikers who can also do very well. So having players today, I think we might be having like 6 or 7 making their debut, or 4. They'll try to want to give those that are there before, tough time in case they return from injuries, and they'll be finding it difficult to get the shade. So for me, I'm not scared of the Algerians, though they are the current champions. They are coming to complement or to better the performance of 2019 African Cup of Nations. But notwithstanding, I see Genotron trying to get something positive from this game today. It's still rebuilding, but I think it's time for us to have a permanent team, maybe 2 or 3, split into 2 or 3 teams, then that can represent us, because we have got so many talents in abundance in this country, so many of them.
I hope that the Super Eagles will disappoint us tonight. I hope the Super Eagles that is going to come out, the Super Eagles that will always go in there regardless of who they face. They go out there to do their best. They played recently against Brazil. It wasn't looking at like a team that was actually scared of anything. They went in there, played, had a fantastic game. We didn't win, but we didn't lose either. They played against Poland and they did very well. I hope the Super Eagles will continue to build on those friendlies that they played before the qualifiers and all that, and for the coronavirus did stop things. I hope these Super Eagles that will come out tonight will go out there and show to Africa, to show to the world that it was just a mistake. That's why they did not win the African Cup of Nations. Hopefully that next year, if we host the African Cup of Nations next year, that they will definitely be a contender. Whether the Algerians defeated us to win the African Cup of Nations by eliminating us in the semi-finals and going ahead to win it in the finals, in football, we are not supposed to be mates, so to speak. I hope the lads that are
really Nigeria and Algeria, when you check the number of wins for each side, it's almost the same. Nigeria has won 9 times, Algeria 8 times, and 3 games have been drawn. And the last 2 encounters between the sides, it was Algeria that won.
Yeah,
only one of that was
agree.
by default, the 3-0 victory.
In as much as I want to agree to that, I also want to say that when it comes to football and when it comes to international exposure, in terms of playing at the bigger tournament, Nigeria got there first before them. So
not where first. They qualified for the World Cup before you. They came to here in Nigeria, in Lagos, in 1981, beat us 2-0 here, and then beat us 2-1 in the return leg, and they qualified for the 1982 World Cup. So they've been to the World Cup before Nigeria.
I'm talking about,
we first qualified for the World Cup in 1994.
Yeah, we're talking about international exposure.
What's more international than the World Cup?
Nigeria, in terms of the clubs we've played for, in terms of what we've been able to do with football, that's where I was going to. We got there first. Just recently we are talking about Mahrez playing for a
but look. They had Mustafa Rabamaja, they had Lagda Belumi, they had
football clubs.
Sorry?
Playing for which of the football clubs in their days?
In the 1980s, how many Nigerian players played for any of the big clubs? Yeah, so those guys were bigger stars than our Nigerian stars of those days. Lagda Belumi and Mustafa Rabamaja. Mustafa Rabamaja in 1987 won the Champions League with Porto. FC Porto.
Yes, I agree. But FC Porto won the Champions League in 2004. But we cannot say that FC Porto as a football club is bigger than even the Real Madrid that didn't win it at that time. We cannot say
which Nigerian player was playing for Real Madrid at that time, or which Nigerian player is playing for Real Madrid.
Nigeria is playing for one of the biggest clubs in England right now, Manchester United.
And Algerian is playing for Manchester City, which right now you've got to say Manchester City is the more accomplished club than Manchester United
in the present days.
Yes, right now we're talking right now.
Want to talk about history? They're the boy in terms of money, in terms of anything. They're the boy for United. But that aside, I'm not trying to jettison all these things you're saying, Ibrahim. I know these things are there. I'm just trying to tap there. I'm trying to throw there. I'm trying to say that these guys are fantastic. Talking about Nigeria, we got a good thing. They should go out there and play them as if they are playing other team. Well, I mean, they are big names obviously, but they should not see them as African champions. They should see them as their next opponent that they want to get past.
Okay, let's look at the team list. We'll look at the head-to-head between Nigeria and Algeria and tell you how they have met over the years. But for the team list from what we are getting, it's going to be Maduka Okoye in goal. Yeah, from the list that we're seeing, that Maduka Okoye was picked ahead of Dele Lampasu and Matthew Yakubu. Then Semi Ajayi will be playing in the defensive midfield, and he will be joined by Frank Onyeka and Alex Iwobi. Porto's Zaidu Sanusi, he is going to start at left back ahead of Jamilu Collins, while Tyrion Ebohi will occupy the right back position. Then for the defensive, the central defense, it is the Oyinbo wall, William Troost-Ekong and Leon Balogun. And Paul Onuachu is going to lead the attack, and on the flanks we'll have Samuel Chukwueze and Samuel Kalu. So this is how it's going to be: Maduka Okoye, Zaidu Sanusi, William Troost-Ekong, Leon Balogun, Tyrion Ebohi. In the midfield we've got Semi Ajayi, Frank Onyeka and Alex Iwobi. Attack: Samuel Chukwueze, Samuel Kalu, Paul Onuachu. Is this our strongest?
No.
11?
No.
Not strongest, but they can still
it's
go
strong,
ahead.
but not the strongest.
Yeah.
I think if I were in the technical crew with Jonathan, I would have started Tijani ahead of Simi Ajayi. No disrespect to Simi Ajayi, I would have started
Samson Tijani
ahead. I've seen him play. I've also seen Simi Ajayi.
That guy is just coming from the
Yeah.
17.
I know we are test running things. I mean,
No, but I was asking if this is the strongest. Now you feel Samson Tijani will make this team stronger than having Semi Ajayi that has been in the squad before?
I'll play a 3 deserts ahead of
Paul Onuachu.
Yeah.
Now it's a choice, and it's a friendly, and it could go on to make change the first team and bring on the
strongest. No, but it's a strong team, but not the strongest.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about the strongest possible Super Eagles side. I'm talking about the
I'm talking about the squad and the
that
players
he has now in camp. Yeah, of course. If we want the strongest, then Wilfred Ndidi will be there. Possibly Oganekaro Etebo.
Then still talking about defense.
Sorry, this guy. No, Osimhen, Victor Osimhen. We should be there. If we're talking about, I'm just talking about the ones that are in camp.
I would prefer Kenneth Omero ahead of Leon Balogun. Yes, he's gone now to join up with Rangers Glasgow, but I'm still not convinced. The only big man there right now, as far as the centre half is concerned, is William Troost-Ekong. Yes, I like the fact that Collins is not starting. Sanusi is starting ahead of, I think, right now in terms of club football, in terms of form. Sanusi is ahead of the few games that we've seen. It's ahead of Collins. Troost-Ekong is Tyrion Ebohi is playing right now, and he's he's doing very, very well. I think he should have been ahead of most of these guys at the right back, if not for that injury. And when he came back at Benfica, he didn't really. But now with in the Eredivisie that he has left for, I think FC20, he's doing very well. I have no problem with those guys, but I would have started Omero ahead of Leon Balogun. But this is what I have to say with this new guy now that is
Frank Onyeka,
not Onyeka, the one that is not that does it in camp but not called up.
Kevin
Akpoguma. With him with the Super Eagles now, I think the likes of Leon Balogun and Kenneth Omero will have to watch out for it. The guy is good. He's someone that can come into the Super Eagles, and if the partnership gets to work out for us very well, it's going to be a formidable partnership between himself and Troost-Ekong. So both of them have to do more, have to step up their game. Yes, they might be called up, but be sitting on the bench for him to play.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic. I want a situation where we have so many players competing for places, not where
wing is coming.
In the past, we used to complain about the left back. It seemed there was nobody really at that left back. At one point, they were even using Olaino to go and play in the left back position. But now, I think you've got so many players now that can play in that position, and new players coming into the squad. Well, by now I expected that we will have known our squad 90-95%, but Jonathan feels okay. He has a system that he's playing. He's just bringing players and slotting them, but he knows his team. Okay, let's go on this break. When we return, we will be looking at the head-to-head between Nigeria and Algeria, a rivalry that has lasted several years.
Now the time don't reach. sweet way Malak go show am we. Oh yeah, show malaria we. Say bye bye to malaria.
Time don't reach make you collect your mumu button for malaria hand with Malak, the better medicine from May and Baker. We don't make products past 75 years. Malak contain dihydroartemisinin piperaquine, where they work inside body for up to 6 weeks and they stop malaria from knocking you gbasgbos. All you need do na to take 3 tablets for 3 days and the medicine go sama the malaria comot your body sharp sharp. Now the power of Malak be that. Malak, your control button for malaria. E dey pharmacy wey dey near you. If symptoms persist after 3 days, make you go see your doctor. A product of May and Baker.
This oil we good oh, Devon King's oil. This oil we find it, Devon King's oil, and it's fun.
Devon King's cooking oil na ogbonge oil wey fresh well and the price na carry go. E get tamper proof and e dey for different sizes, so as e dey sweet your belle, e dey sweet your pocket. Oya, jolly inside better, go buy Devon King's oil for shop wey near you.
Devon King's oil.
Plenty there to win for the 9 Mobile Mega Millions promo. 90 people go hammer 1 million naira every day for 90 days. 2 people go win smartphones every hour, every day. The one wey sweet pass na the 10 million naira grand prize. If you no be 9 Mobile customer, move come outside or buy a new line. In addition to the plenty millions and smartphones, we go sama you with 1 gigabyte plus 500 naira airtime instanta plus up to 100% data bonus for 1 year. Recharge 200 naira and above. Make you for the win. Promo starts August 10 and ends November 7, 2020. And is approved by FCCPC.
9 Mobile.
When you wake up in the morning, before you start your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time. For work and for play, for a great start to your day, breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Give your family a tasty, nourishing breakfast of Kellogg's cereal, powered with the goodness of grains and 11 essential vitamins and minerals. Now also available for just 15 naira.
Breakfast time is Kellogg's time.
Since I switched to Mamador 100% pure cooking oil, family meal times have been so rewarding. You see, Mamador 100% pure cooking oil is cholesterol-free and contains omega-6 and 9, proven to keep heart healthy. Not only that, it also makes my food taste delicious.
You sure know how to take care of my stomach.
And your heart, especially. Switch to Mamador and enjoy healthy and tasty meals. Mamador is tested and approved by the Nigerian Heart Foundation. Cook with Mamador. Your heart will thank you.
Fly beyond the sky. Let the eagle fly. Let the whole world see you fly high. Nigeria. Pride of Africa. There's a place where eagles fly.
Alright, there's a place where eagles fly, and it is in West Africa. It is the country called Nigeria. And later tonight, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be taking on the Desert Foxes of Algeria. Well, let's go down memory lane and tell you what has been happening between these two sides. A fierce rivalry that started in 1973. On the 10th of January 1973, Nigeria took on Algeria. This was in the African Games, and that match ended 2-2. The 1973 African Games, well, then called the All African Games, that was the first and, will you believe, the only time that Nigeria will win the gold medal in a football event of the African Games. We've tried several times. The next time we hosted the African Games in 2003, we got to the final for both the men and the women. The women won it. Super Falcons hardly disappoint us. But the men, they were beaten 2-0 by bitter rivals Cameroon. And several times, look, the one that really broke my heart was in 1991. We had the best squad in that tournament, Emmanuel Amunike. That was the first tournament that we saw him. That squad was good. There was so much talent in that squad, but unfortunately we ran into, guess who again in the semi-final? Cameroon, and we lost to them 1-0. We outplayed them. Emmanuel Amunike hit the post and also took one very powerful shot that somehow nestled into the net, but it was the roof of the net that it went in. Somehow Emmanuel Amunike got sent off, and Cameroon went on to win that encounter 1-0. So Nigeria has not won the African Games gold medal since that 1973. Second time we met was in 1978, Nigeria versus Algeria, African Games also. Algeria won this encounter 1-0. Then on the 22nd of March 1980, at the Africa Cup of Nations final, this was our biggest victory at the competition, and we won this final, beating Algeria 3-0. A couple of months later, on the 10th of October 1981, a day that will live in infamy in the history of Nigerian football, maybe because we beat them comfortably in the final of the Africa Cup of Nations in 1980. We thought we could also beat them. We learned then that the great Christian Chukwu had already even retired, but they brought him out of retirement. He told them, look, I no longer have speed, so it's best for me to retire. But they brought him back, saying, no, you are the great Christian Chukwu, come and play. Unfortunately, they had a young Mustafa Rabamaja then, and they had Lagda Belumi and some other fantastic players. They beat Nigeria 2-0 at the National Stadium, Surulere, Lagos. That match was the last time that Nigeria lost in that stadium until, unfortunately, in the year 2000, when we played against Cameroon, this Cameroon Sefer, we played against Cameroon in the final, and despite that wonderful goal scored by Austin Jeje Okocha, it went to penalty, and we saw what happened. They beat Nigeria on penalty controversially. Victor Ekpeba, that should have been a goal if there was VAR or goal line technology then. So Nigeria lost to Algeria in the FIFA World Cup qualifier in 1981. The second leg, they beat us 2-1 in Algiers, and so Nigeria did not go to the 1982 World Cup. It was Algeria who went, and they did remarkably well in that World Cup. That it took a conspiracy from both Germany and Austria to knock them out, and it was because of what happened to Algeria at that World Cup. That's why FIFA now insisted that the final games would be played simultaneously, so that two teams cannot do what we call accord concordia. They cannot fix a game and say, okay,
let's just play
we'll play a draw, and both of us will qualify. So after this double losses for Nigeria in 1980, in the 1981 Africa World Cup qualifier, that's the qualifiers were in 1981, but it was for the 1982 World Cup in Spain. The next time we met was in the Africa Cup of Nations in 1982. Nigeria went there as defending champion, but it was a horrible campaign for us. We did not go past the first round. We lost to Algeria 2-1 in this competition. Then on the 11th of March 1984, Nigeria played against Algeria again. This was in the Africa Cup of Nations. It ended in a goalless draw. On the 23rd of March 1988, we played against them in the semi-final of the Africa Cup of Nations. That match ended 1-1 at regulation time. Samuel Okwaraji was the guy who, well, he got the goal, but Belgerbi deflected it, and so it was 1-0 to Nigeria. But 4 minutes to the end of the match, the Algerians got the equalizer, and then it went into a marathon penalty shootout. I think we won that encounter 9-8 or so. I believe was it Elston Eguavon scored twice in that penalty shootout, if my memory serves me right. And finally it came down to sudden death. Legda Belumi had earlier scored, so he came again, took his shot, but Peter Rufai dived the right way and caught the ball. So Nigeria beat them in the penalty shootout in the semi-final at Maroc 88. Then in 1990, wow, man, this match. We went with a largely experimental side. Rashid Ekini was in that squad, but they beat us 5-1 in the first match at the Africa Cup of Nations. And after that, we met again in the final. This time, a much improved Nigerian side. Then Lenamokachi, that was the first major competition he was playing. Uche Okechukwu, many of these guys were just coming into the Super Eagles at that point. They beat us 1-0 in the final, but it was a respectable loss. Then in the World Cup qualifier in 1993, I recall that I was in the stadium for this one, Nigeria versus Algeria. We beat them 4-1. This was my first match, the first time I was watching the Super Eagles live at the stadium. 1993, we won.
93?
Yes, 1993.
Wow, after going to 1930 World Cup.
Yeah.
First thing you was watching.
Not Nigeria was not at the 1930 World Cup.
I know. I'm just thinking after watching the 1930, Chego Digbami era, we couldn't make it down to the stadium.
I know, but this
just a question.
This one I was this one I was there. I was there. We won 4-1. Let me see if I remember those who got our goals on that day. Yeah, I think I do. I remember the match as if he's playing. Abdul Hafid Tashfout got the goal for Algeria. Before we even settled, and I remember telling my friend, "Let us go. I'm leaving the stadium. How can I come? My first match at the Spartans." I'm messing up. And there were some guys, some of our brothers from the eastern part of the world. They just said, "My friends, sit down there. Don't worry, we will win. Don't worry, just sit down. Don't worry."
Full of confidence.
Yes, so much confidence that day. 2 minutes they had scored us, Abdul Hafid Tashfout. Then we had a free kick, and Austin Jeje Okocha, not his first match for the Super Eagles. He had played against Cote d'Ivoire away. Fantastic free kick, and it was in the net. Then Rashidi Ekini, of course, scored 2 goals. The second of his goals on that day, which was Nigeria's third goal, was from an impossible angle, and we were 3-1 up in the first half. Second half, then Mokachi scored, so we beat them 4-1. Then in 1993, this was in the also the World Cup qualifier. This was the one that actually took us to the World Cup away. Nigeria played a 1-0 draw with Algeria. Finidi George got the goal for us. They equalized through Abdul Hafid Tashfout, but we needed just a draw, so that draw qualified us for the World Cup. Then in 1995 at the African games, we beat them 2-0. The likes of Baldwin Bazwaye were in that squad. Yeah, we beat Algeria 2-0. Then in the Africa Cup of Nations 2002, we also beat them 1-0. I think it was Julius Agahua who got this goal. In 2004, in the World Cup qualifier, we beat Algeria 1-0, and then in the in 2005, this was also the World Cup qualifier. We went away and beat them 5-2, but this wasn't good enough for us because of what happened with Angola, so we did not qualify for the World Cup. Then in 2010, in the Africa Cup of Nations, we beat Algeria 1-0, and then in 2016 at the qualifiers for the FIFA World Cup, we beat them 3-1. Victor Moses was one of our heroes on that. I think he got 2 goals in this encounter. Then the return leg, of course, we know what happened. We actually played a 1-0 draw, but because of something involving Shehu Abdullahi, they technically won that match there. It was awarded to them by FIFA 3-0. And the last time that these two sides met was on the 14th of July 2019, and Algeria beats Nigeria 2-1 at the Africa Cup of Nations. So today they meet again. Nigeria now with 9 wins, Algeria 8, and they have drawn 3. So let's see who will win today as these two giants of African football meet. The Algerians, of course, are the African champions, beating Nigeria along the way. Okay, let's go to other stories now and tell you that the Premier League, they said that the games not selected for broadcast in October, that they will be available to fans on a pay-per-view basis. The 5 fixtures per round not already picked to be shown live will be available on BT Sport Box Office or Sky Sports Box Office, and it is priced at £14.95. Yeah, the clubs have agreed that this is an interim solution to allow fans to continue to watch their team live. The Premier League, they said that is clubs that they remain committed to the safe return of fans as soon as possible. But Gary Neville, who seems to have an opinion on everything concerning football these days, he says this is a really bad move by the Premier League.
Well, not everybody really can watch those games live, even if it's actually live. But again, to have this and £14 is quite expensive. I've tried to do the calculation.
They're thinking that they could continue giving the fans free because of COVID, but the clubs need to survive too.
Yeah,
you know?
So I understand this, but again, the people you're asking to pay this money for some time now they've not been working. They tried coming back to work, but right now we know the second wave.
Yeah, it's hitting them and they're cancelling so many events.
So it's difficult for them to even pay. And I understand this, but I think it's high time they really look for a solution to this, to allow the fans back, not in full capacity, but with all these restrictions in place. Those that are coming should come with their COVID-19 test result, not the one you did 3 months ago because of what is going on right now, probably the one you did last week or even this week for you to watch a game. And at least for the season tickets holders, they can come to the stadium, not to stay where they were supposed to stay, but just scatter around so that the clubs can start making money. Then it will ease the pressure on them. Talking about the Premier League, for fans who are home, I don't think £14 it's going to be easy for them to pay. I think it's expensive. In Nigeria here, if you ask a fan to pay a gate fee right now, the way things are right now because of the pandemic, 2,000 naira for gate fee, it will even make them to even sit at home more, not to even come, let alone you're asking them to watch a game, and to watch that particular game for less than 2 hours, you're asking them to pay close to 3,000 naira.
Okay, Luis Suarez, look, I don't know, but I thought Barcelona were much better than this. But Luis Suarez, he said that the way Barcelona treated him made him cry before he left them to join Atletico Madrid. That at one point they even prevented him from training. This is Luis Suarez, who has scored so many goals for Barcelona. He is the third highest goal scorer in the history of Barcelona. He has got 198 goals for them. This is somebody who joined them in 2014 for a fantastic fee then, £74 million, and he went on to win 4 La Liga titles, 4 Copa del Rey titles, and the 2015 Champions League. Yet when it was time for him to leave, it was like they just treated him like trash, and as if he isn't somebody that was wanted. They treated him so badly that even Lionel Messi condemned it, and he said that he didn't like it, and that he sympathized with Luis Suarez. And Luis Suarez said, look, even his wife saw that he was sad, and his wife was telling him, try and smile a bit, try and be happy for us, your family.
Well, they are very close to each other, Suarez and Lionel Messi. They visit each other, all the time, and besides, they gave their all. Messi is there. But when you look at their partnership, especially when Neymar was with them, the MSN partnership, I think it deserves more than what the treatment he got. Honestly, for the coach to have called him on phone and told him, you're not part of my plans. This is somebody you should have sat down with, over a glass of coffee or something, and just discuss, one-on-one. And it's not a kid that will say, coach, disappointment, I thought I would be part of it. No, discuss with him one-on-one than calling him on phone and telling him, and for him to have been restricted to train with the first team. Come on, I think the board should be blamed for this, and the way a manner with which he was treated. Even Ronald Koeman, if he were to be a Dutch player, would you have called him on phone and tell him you're not part of my plans? Come on, you don't do things that way. But then
you don't know that now. Why are you bringing the nationality of?
That was. He said he called him on phone.
So even if it was Van Gaal, Louis Van Gaal, wasn't he a Dutch, or is he not Dutch because he's still alive? He's Dutch now. When he was coach at Manchester United, he was even the coach of Robin van Persie in the Dutch national team. They did well together. Robin van Persie was part of that squad that beat Spain 5-1 at the World Cup. But when it came to Old Trafford, the relationship between him and Robin van Persie wasn't the best.
But at least Louis van Gaal, I'm not talking about the nationality now, okay?
Yeah.
Louis van Gaal
I'm just pointing out that being from the same country doesn't mean
really
that they will treat you well. It's just that it is the attitude of that person. The way they treated Luis Suarez was wrong. I think for a football club like Barca, they should have, allowed Suarez to live on his terms. If they had spoken to Suarez one-on-one, probably Suarez will understand and even probably move away from the La Liga and go to other league and play football. But the way they treated him, judging from what he said, and from what Lionel Messi had to say, Lionel Messi is not someone that gets to write things on his social media without thinking about it. But those words he said, the way they are treating you, my brother, is not the way you were supposed to have been treated, even if they ask you to leave. But he deserves better than what.
But looking at what is going on right now in the football club, he's not surprised that they are even doing this. So it's sad to see that Suarez departed the way he did. He should have been celebrated. Though they came on and said the testimonial gave, the way when the fans returned us, and those things are secondary. The way they approached the whole matter was really, really wrong.
Okay, let's go back to Roland Garros now and tell you that Nadal, Diego Schwartzman has been able to break him in the third set, but Nadal is still ahead. Nadal, of course, we told you, won the first set 6-3, won the second set 6-3. Nadal is leading 4-3 in the third set, but he led 4-2 and was serving. So if he had won that, it would have been 5-2. But now Diego Schwartzman broke him, and now Diego Schwartzman is serving. So it is 40-15 now in favor of Diego Schwartzman. If Nadal gets the next point, we go on. But if Schwartzman gets it, it means we are back on serve. It's going to be 4-4. So we'll keep you up to speed as we are getting the live feed. Okay, it's 4-4. Diego Schwartzman won that game, so it is 4-4. So we are back on track, and this so far has been the best for Diego Schwartzman. At least he got to 4 in this one, and he was able to break the Nadal.
At least he got to 4. That's what we are saying.
Yeah, he got to 4. The first two sets was 6-3, 6-3. Yeah, but in tennis, you never know. You might think it's all over.
No, it's not.
Suddenly, a passage of play happens, and it gives confidence to the opponent. Nadal leading 4-2 and serving. You expected that it was going to be 5-2, and this game was also going to end 6-3, but it didn't happen.
But I strongly doubt if Diego Schwartzman will now win third, fourth, and fifth sets to eliminate Rafael Nadal.
Nadal is looking forward to closing this game. You know how he chases every ball.
If it's on the grass surface now, or the US Open or the Australian Open, the hard court surface, I would fancy that happening, but not where he has dominated over the years.
Okay. Let's go to the phone lines now. You guys can join us 07062639275 or 09039394427. You can also reach us on 08121789154. Hello.
Hello, God, Brian. Good evening.
Danjuma, welcome.
Brian, good evening.
Good evening, Danjuma.
God, Francis, good evening. Well, the question for the analysis. On Algeria match today, a very big match. Like some people they tell me na revenge for Nigeria. Me, I don't look at it na revenge. So na friendly match it is. So me they take the match easy, but nevertheless, then Nigeria win that match. So that Algeria will know say we big pass no matter what happen for that Nation Cup. I do it.
Alright, thank you, Danjuma. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Mr. Mr. Francis, good evening, sir.
Barcelona, good evening.
Barcelona. Mr. Guy, you know, the saying that I don't need, in fact, to me, as I am now, I don't have a board. I take it that Ada will done in Barcelona because those guys, they are the major problem. You will see now, let next sponsor after the election and I have a new board. You will see things to change around for Barcelona. President, my God. Una do it. God bless Barcelona. God bless Nigeria. Una do it.
God bless you, Barcelona. Hello?
Hello, good evening. Hi, bro.
Good evening, Dan Joseph.
Good evening.
Good evening, Dan.
I want to wish you so far good evening in a few hours.
Hello? Hello? Dan Chelsea, sorry, your network is bad. And quickly, before we continue with the calls, the FL Grand Prix, we're supposed to have the practice today, but unfortunately, because of the weather, I said there is so much fog, so they did not have that practice session. And besides, the young drivers, Ferrari's young drivers, Mick Schumacher and Callum Ilott, both of them were supposed to make their outings in Alfa Romeo and Haas cars for the first time this season, but unfortunately, because of what we're having with the weather, that session is unable to take place. So Ferrari team boss Mattia Binotto, he said that the pair may get another chance later this season. Let's go back to the phone lines. Hello. Yeah, welcome. Please turn down the audio on your radio, please.
Okay, I'll do that now.
Please, before you call us, turn this thing down, please. We beg you. It hurts the ears and we can't really communicate. Please. Hello.
Alio, good evening.
Good evening, welcome.
Salute, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Fidel Castro.
Fidel Castro, okay.
First time caller.
Okay, first time caller. Let's welcome you properly. Welcome.
Yeah, I want to really know much about this Nigeria match today. I don't know if all these Nigeria, any of the local stations is going to show it.
We understand that AIT will show it and Super Sport will also show it.
Okay, Super Sport AIT, okay, thank God. And it's 7:30, right?
Yeah, 7:30.
30, yeah, okay. And also, don't talk much about the Chelsea match. Somebody, because I've not really watched their last match before the end of they close the window. I read it on social media that they've loaned Odoi or they sold Odoi.
No, he's there.
I don't know how much. Okay.
They did not loan him, they didn't sell him, he's in the squad.
Okay, because I said because that would have been a very bad thing. But just let the guys to maybe develop a little bit. Because we don't really, because Chelsea have made such a mistake in times which Kevin De Bruyne and Salah. They should let those young boys to really develop their self to see if they can really fit in very well.
Okay. Alright, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hello? Good evening.
My name is
Sorry, what's your name again? Sorry, I was going to welcome you properly. Hello? Yeah.
Please, who is Novak Djokovic, please?
Can you please tell us your name and where you're calling from? Novak Djokovic will be playing against Stefanos Tsitsipas. Hello? Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. This is Mr. Benji, calling from MMO.
Okay.
I'm inspired by your program. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Nigeria is occupying what position in the FIFA ranking?
Last time was it 29th?
29th.
Third in Africa. 3rd in Africa.
In world ranking, FIFA ranking.
I'm telling you, 3rd in Africa, 28th in the world.
28th in the world. What about Nigeria?
I think Nigeria are higher ranked than Nigeria. But I can't remember their own, but I think they are higher. We'll check it out. Let you know.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome.
Hello.
Welcome.
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, Francis and good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Yeah, it's Emmanuel. My name.
Okay.
I want to talk about Algeria's encounter in the past, the 80s with Nigeria. Here, when you are telling France, yeah, it appears he didn't understand you. We witnessed those matches about Mustafa Bamaja and the Ladder Bay. If we are now, that name alone it was a threat.
Mm-hmm.
It was their skill that retired that convinced Nigerian that it's no longer young enough to play for Evo.
Mm-hmm.
It was their skill that brought case that made the Ego's manager to substitute. And we thought that Rabbi Majan is now old, he has retired. 1990, he came again and humiliated us.
Yeah.
Hello. It was 5-1. It was Osmo Kucha's elder brother that got
Imam Okocha. Yeah, Imam Okocha. That's the only goal for us.
Rabbi Majan, he was Ojia's Maradona. We used to call him Ojia's Maradona.
Yeah.
Believe the same terror. It was only that our team there was full of inexperienced players, Daniel Lamokati, Herbert and Jeku of Rangers, this and that.
Yeah.
It was only Friday Lahore. Lahore that dazzled, he sparkled in that team. And the Ekini. It was also Rabamaja. Hello?
Yeah, I'm saying you have to round up so that we can talk to others.
Yeah, so it was also Rabamaja and this one that made the work to bring in Joe Bonfrey. It's before the last tournament. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. One more caller. We'll look at the text messages. Hello.
Hello, my children.
Yeah, Mr. Philip Otobo, welcome.
Yeah, I'm happy that three of you are there today. You heard the analysis we heard. I love everything. The only question I will need to ask whether the crew wait for the Nigeria match.
So
whether we can get whether it will wait behind for the match.
No, we are not waiting.
Okay. We would love to hear one or two.
Yeah, but this is just a friendly. If it were maybe the World Cup qualifier now, okay.
Okay, it's all right. We'll get the result tomorrow now. If we cannot comment today. All right, thank you guys for your good work.
All right, thank
you.
All right, thank you. We appreciate it. And I'm sure Benjamin and Soba will be here, so they can be giving you the result of the match as they are watching it live in the studio here. Okay, Nigeria is actually 29th in Africa. Yeah, and the Algerians are 35th in the world. So Nigeria is higher ranked than Algeria at the moment. Okay, let's go to the text messages.
Pogba remark is very wrong. Not all players. It is those that like him. What has he really brought to Man United? They ought to have sold him long ago. Players like him don't bring anything good to the dressing room. Adobo Odunan. Good day, sportsmen with Kevin Lewandowski on fire. I feel so happy that Abraham will be always fortress who knows night choice because he has Kane, Ings, Rashford, Sterling and co are far ahead of him. Daniel from Ajib. Okay. Hello Ibrahim, I am a fan of yours and the show. Your coherent use of words are adept and inspiring. Please, out of courtesy, give me a tip on how you achieve this feat. J Standard from Amufi. Good PM. Okay, sorry, that's not for us. Hello, you people. I think you should try to address people properly. Just tell us to tell you the time of the game, and it is 7:30. Not you people. You say, please help me to confirm. Not you people. The time for Nigerian game is 7:30. Ozzy is lazy, and his huge pay must always cause problem in the dressing room because other players will feel bad that he is probably not doing more but getting all that. They are human beings. He should have allowed a pay considerable or donut. Ozzy is lazy. Good PN Sport people, please update us on Samson Siasia. He's set for his court case, but looking for funds, so I really do that with cash. This is a good thing with winning spirit. I urge Oga General Road to stick with strong 11. With all these great players, next CAF Nations Cup, we know why here super story, and it's from Saple Road. Good evening, sir. My name is Thomas from Saple Road. Please, sir, there is an argument between ATM and Man City, which is bigger team. ATM, which one is ATM?
Atletico Madrid.
Okay, please, sir, according to your judgment, which team is bigger? Both of them never really actually to.
But Atletico, they've won continental competitions, you know. But if you are looking at the current era, then you've got to say Manchester City. But if you are looking at their history, I think Atletico for now will be higher because of the continental competitions that they've won.
God friends, please, it's KUFM. Braden just was saying it has a special number. Every time I find it difficult to reach you guys. Thanks, Chris from Nifel. There's no dedicated numbers now. The numbers that are dedicated to everybody are the 3 numbers that you guys can reach us with. Good evening, my beautiful sport presenter. As it is now, we better work alone with these 2 loaves of bread and a bottle. Okay, I can obviously for now. Thanks. I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to laugh at Liverpool. No wala. I will get that, but I can't read that on it. Good evening, my beautiful. Okay, I've read down before. I think Manchester United will not make the top 15. I see them going into the championship next season. Oga Ibrahim, I think if we take the KUFM team to England,
this message came some days back.
All right, those are the ones that we have.
Okay, for Nadal and Schwarzman, it is fire for fire in this third set. 5-5, and Nadal serving, and it is deuce in that game now. So I don't know if we'll be able to give you the result of this. Okay, it's advantage Nadal now. So if he holds, then it will be 6-5 in his favor, and then Schwarzman will have to hold his own serve. Otherwise, Nadal would win his first set. But if Schwarzman wins, then it will be 6-6, and they will go to a tie break. So that is what is a much better performance from Schwarzman in this third set. Nadal fighting to advance to the final. He's never lost a semi-final at the French Open. All the times that he has been beaten, but the very few times that we say all the time, just like was it not 2 or 3 times? I think it was Robin Sunderland and Novak Djokovic who
the other one take it pulled out at the third round. Why he was, I think, injured his wrist in that one, not pulled out. Those are the only 3 ones that he hasn't since 2005.
Okay, all right, guys, thank you very much for being with us. This is the much we can take. We'll see you tomorrow, but of course, you know what happens on Saturday. It is 3 hours from 3:35 to 6:35, and tomorrow, of course, we will be talking a whole lot about the Super Eagles game. We'll be reviewing it and giving you all the latest happenings in the world of sports. Thank you very much. We've got to leave now. My name is Saliu Ibrahim. I've been doing this with Sanofi Francis and Egosa Aigbeka. Stay tuned for KU News Break. It's coming up at 5 p.m. Bye-bye.
We pray, guide our leaders strong.
4 years ago, I got into Benton Idahosa University with a dream and a firm determination to be better. But then I quickly realized that I could be so much more. I didn't even know I had more in me. In school, I made great friends, went on memorable trips, I grew in character, met amazing people, like really amazing people. It's 4 years now, and I can proudly say I am better than I ever imagined. For more information, please visit www.biu.edu.ng.